Welcome race fans here to the Juicy Fruit Xfinity Series here. We are at California here, the cutoff race here. 12 drivers will be able to advance, but 4 will be eliminated from a shot of a championship here. Keith Batson on the pole in the number 6 Ford EcoBoost machine there as the green waves here. 40 drivers will be tackling this 2-mile racetrack in search for a victory. 16 of them looking for a win to advance to the next round here, but one of them already is locked in, which is Eric Rodriguez in the 22. As Kyle Matthews look to the bottom of the racetrack, immediately trying to get around Matt McIntyre here on the charge. There's no hesitations from a lot of the chasers there. You see Seymour Butts shuffling out of line. Stephen Paul III going to the bottom of the racetrack there as the field winds down turn number 3. Keith Batson has a strong run off of turn number 4, but Cody Lamas is right behind him on the bumper of that number 6 machine there to end lap number 1 in the event. But right as they get to the front stretch, it's going to get really convoluted there. And Robbie Jackson nearly hit the wall there in turn 1, and that's going to shuffle him a bit out of line there. The points leader coming in. He's got a lot of damage there. So does Kyle Keith, looks like. And someone slow on the racetrack there. That might have been Randy Vanderpoopen in the back there. He was slow on the racetrack there. Batson now trying to run away here. This 6 car's been relatively strong in terms of getting qualifying trim in, so they're now trying to seal the deal with a race win here. Keith Batson certainly trying to close in on one, but Cody Lums is right there, not giving up without a fight here. Christian Master there you see in the back. He collides with Eddington, and the 26 gets into the wall there, and Dylan Schwalmer pile drives into the back end. Eric Rodriguez gets swept up in it. Hernandez is involved there. And that is a bundle of the chasers involved just like that on lap 3 of the event. Joshua Sekuli looks like he might have had a piece of it as well. And they're going to be racing it back down towards the line. This is disaster for the 20 team. And their shot looks like they could be out of this championship already, just like that. Schwalmer comes into the race 6th in the point standings here. He had about a solid 20-point gap, but even so, that might not even be enough for Dylan Schwalmer to make it in. As the field has slowed down, Cody Lamas is your leader over Keith Batson. Keon Eddington went up the racetrack right into Christian Master, and then Marty Johnson had nowhere to go in the 54 there, but pretty much the outside line gets stuck there, pretty much attached to that wall. And then Dylan Schwalberg, I think he just gets stuck to the wall. He probably got loose braking. Same thing with Robert Pollard. Those 2 cars slam into the wreck. James Qualls gets lifted off the ground, and here comes Spencer Gilmore and Eric Rodriguez piling into the mix. And that just causes a massive pile up there like a Monster Jam event, sending the 01 and the number 70 for a wild ride there. Then there's Jonathan Zolan. He piles into the head-on into the 22 there. Cool. It looks like they actually kind of wrecked a bit further down. Looked like Boston, a couple of others, so there was a separate wreck, and Luis Hernandez runs into the 01 there at the end of that one. Hernandez did not want to run like that either. He is near the cutoff area, and this could be disastrous for that 55 team as well. So Schwallenberg, Hernandez, Rodriguez, and Master are out of this event here early on. This is not good for them. Master's high up in the point standings. He has a bit of a gap, but same thing with Schwallenberg. So those 2 could be in danger just like that. Green flag is back in the air, but look at Keith Batson already. He's not hesitating to take the lead back. He got the pole, and he's certainly trying to get P1 immediately there. As you see Steve Paul III, he's trying to fly through the field as well as Dalton and Rancho Cucamonga. Pollard looks low. Batson fights up top. Drew Austin on the top side, as well as Christian Master Jr. Christian Master Jr. is in a must-win situation because of those bad runs he's had in these past couple of races, and certainly so. This 25 team really needs a good break here if they want to get themselves in contention. As you see Drew Austin sliding up the racetrack there, Cucamonga follows low with Matt McIntyre. Robbie Jackson back into the mix there as well, as Kyle Matthews, Hartnett, Seymour Butts, and Charles Samfer are in there as well. As Drew Austin's going to make it 3 wide there, it backs down to 2 wide. But Jesse Dalton now in the race lead in the 24 car. The Truck Series champion trying to get a win for the TriStar Motorsports team. They've gotten 2 of their cars in the chase. It's the 8 and the number 14, so it's still a good sign for them. As Christian Master Jr. looks underneath Stephen Paul III for the 3rd position there, trying to get around SP3. They're not able to really do much there. Pollard able to put up a good fight there in the 89. And it looks like that funding from the 89 team has really come to life for Stephen Pollard, because he's been consistent throughout most of these races so far. He actually runs 8th in the point standings, so actually a bit above the cut line, but not too much. So Stephen Paul III really just trying to secure his run with a top 10 finish today, which should pretty much guarantee them a spot to this round of 12 here. Manuel Hartnett really squeezing Cody Lamas there up the hill there, with Robbie Jackson in front of him, as Hartnett squeezes on by the number 2 there, but looks like Robbie Jackson's going to try and not give up without a fight there. Eli Bright's making his way up through the field there. You see Scott Roush in the back there. He's trying to get himself back into the game here. Matt McIntyre looking underneath Steve Pollard in the 10. Pollard has not really had a good season so far in terms of Steve Pollard, that is. He's actually 20th in the points standings, which is actually good for a non-chaser. But now Stephen Paul III is going to have to chase down Jesse Dalton here for that race lead. Dalton's been trying to pull away from this gap here, but Paul III has really reeled him in there, so that Chevrolet Camaro has really come to life here. Christian Master Jr. is up to the 4th spot here. I think if he just gets a good points day, I think he could possibly make it in. We'll have to see where that turns out. Kyle Matthews way up the hill there. He's going to probably lose some spots there to Eli Bright and Lamas there, as Matthews is really getting shuffled out of line here. Cucamonga going way down to the bottom of the track there to see if he can find some clean air on his race car there, and he's actually going to try and make a move around Matt McIntyre there, so an aggressive move from the 3 team there. Cucamonga trying to make it to the round of 12 here, so he's doing a fine job. Back up front, though, Stephen Paul III has reeled in Jesse Dalton there, closed in the gap to approximately a 10th now, with Keith Batson in 3rd there. Pollard trying to find a way to make that 24 car loose or use his tires up. Stephen Paul III is known for sandbagging in races, so I think if he knows what he's doing, he can certainly pass his 24 car sooner or later with ease. So Stephen Paul III is certainly a guy to look out for in terms of, he might be a good dark horse to be exact. Matt McIntyre way up the racetrack there, nearly against the wall that time around. And Eli Bright able to zoom on by past that the Obica machine there. Looking near the other chasers back here, Lily Gordon has been kind of struggling with her race car, running in 21st. Scott Roush running in 25th. He's really complained about the car recently, and they need to do something quick with this 60 car. Josh Zakuli also not running too well either. They're in the mid-pack range, so it's not a good opportunity for them to really do bad, because all the other championship contenders are doing good right now. The battle for second is on. Batson takes second away. Christian Master Jr. is on the charge here. He's going to try and make his way through the front of the field here and to get around that 89 car. Trying to use as much air as he can. Side draft in the corner there. And the inside line, a bit of a preferred line there, but out of the corner, it's the outside line where you want to be here. And Batson slid up the racetrack right into Pollard's path there. And Pollard immediately ducked to the middle there to see if he can get around that 6 car there. He knew that Batson would wash up the racetrack there, and he got around Master Jr. quite easily there. And now he's going to have to chase down Dalton yet again. Jesse Dalton, I think that the Truck Series champion has found a lot of confidence in that 24 car. And certainly they've picked it up for this TriStar team here for all their cars pretty much. Master Jr. drove it really deep into turn 3. They're not able to really get much there, but might be able to get the exit off the corner. That outside line has a lot of grip upwards, so we could see this 25 car possibly win the race if they get a good pit stop into play. Chris Dodd and Drew Austin looking low. Rancho Cucamonga looked like he wanted to put the bumper on the 25 there, and he decided not to that time around. Hartnett now looking low. You see the red Toyota making his nose underneath the 28 to see if he could do something about it. And looks like he's not able to. Rancho Cucamonga. Ooh, man, that was really close off of turn 4. Hartnett cut off Cucamonga just a bit there. And Rancho might not be too happy about that as Seymour Butts has made his way through the pack here. He's trying to get himself into the top 10. And with the passes on the inside, he looks like he might be able to. Robbie Jackson has been a consistent driver as of recent there. He's been running well. He's in the points lead as of right now. And pretty much to where he's running, I think that's pretty much a good spot where he's at in terms of finally making it into the round of 12 here. Robbie Jackson looking very solid so far, but Jesse Dalton has been the class of the field here in this race. The Toyotas have been doing well. Chris Dodd coming down pit lane, so we could have some green flag pit stops kicking into play. Roush has come in early, so has Charles Sanford, so they're playing a bit of a risk game here to see if they can make it to the end. So 19 plus 19. That is 38, so they could make it to the end, actually. So this could be an interesting strategy to see how things pan out. Looks like they were going 3 wide there. Cucamonga threading the needle like a bullet. He went through the middle line that time around. Hartnett up top, as you see. It looks like the leaders are coming in here. Dalton is in, so here comes Robert Pollard. There, Steve Pollard, excuse me. Drew Austin, Lamas, Seymour Butts, one of the Dodgers coming into pit lane there. Bright, Matthews, Baker, McIntyre, Gordon, Sikuli. Those are a couple of notables there. As Pollard and Batson are trying to extend their fuel gauge here. I think they're really trying to stretch the gas here so they can make it a one-stop race here. Same thing with Hartnett, Master Jr., Jackson, and Cucamonga here. So I think they're going to try and stretch out their gas more so they don't have to worry about having to save a bit more fuel here. As here comes the leaders down pit lane. Stephen Paul III leading that field down for green flag pit stops. Looks like Kyle Keith is actually going to try and stretch it one more lap here. So the 42, they've been really quiet on the radio, and I think they're going for a fuel saving race here. I think they're anticipating maybe they're banking it on a caution, either that or they're hoping they can beat the others out of pit lane. Let's see how pit lane transpires. Dalton with a great stop. Steve Pollard actually had a really excellent stop that time around. Lamas did not really have a good stop. He kind of struggled that time around. So let's see where Chris Dodd is on the track. He's going to merge right behind Brian. Let's see where Scott Roush gets out on pit lane. And looks like he's able to get around Alex May. He might have gained some spots there with that short pit, so we'll have to see where Roush ends up at the end of this run, because you have to consider the other drivers having to pit this time around. So the 42 taking 4 tires there. As there's Pollard coming out of pit lane. I think he's got a big gap over Jesse Dalton. So Stephen Pollard III with a really good pit stop there. And there's Dalton coming out of pit lane right in front of Batson, Master Jr., and Jackson. It looks like Master Jr. and Jackson both gained time on Batson that time around. There's Hartnett coming out right in front of Jeffrey Fingai. Looks like Fingai's able to blast on by on that outside groove there. There's Scott Roush. I think he moved upwards inside the top 20 because of that. We'll have to wait and see where he scores right now. Roush needs a good run in order to do well. And with some of the other contenders struggling, he's actually up to 21st. So I think with the 42 possibly coming out, we'll have to see where he ends up on the racetrack here. He will still be 21st no matter what. So I don't think really Roush gained much actually by coming in early. So Charles Samper was one of the bigger losers there. He's 27th. The order. Matt McIntyre needed a good run here. He's a below the cut line. And with the 25th place run, this is not good for him. Lily Gordon in the same boat here. They were both below the cutoff line. As well as Roush. These three could get eliminated relatively easily on this round. But we have to remember, Dylan Schwallenberg and Christian Master are in a bit of danger as well. But especially Dylan Schwallenberg, though. Master had another 10-point gap from Schwallenberg, so he had a 30-point gap. So I think with that bad run, that could have maybe saved him, but we'll have to wait and see how things transpire at the end of this one. Back up front, though, it's Stephen Paul III leading over Drew Austin and Jesse Dalton here. It's been a Toyota race, but now a Chevrolet is up to the front. Eli Bright had a really good stop this time around, so the 33 car navigating his way through the field here. So Bright up to the 6th spot here. Looks like trying to get around Steve Pollard for position there, and Pollard slides up the track. Bright's got to run off the corner there, and I think Christian Master Jr. is going to try and assist at 33 a lot here. And Eli Bright now up a spot here. This 33 car has come to life here today. We might expect them, and there's the battle for the lead. Drew Austin wanted to make a move underneath Stephen Paul III there, and he's able to. So that Toyota's looking very strong under the hood for JGL and TriStar here. As Keith Batson, the pole sitter, running in 4th. He's not really done much in this race besides leading the early stages, but Batson's done a good job of running where he's at right now. So Keith Batson could be one to look out for in terms of consistency. His average finish, he's had 4 top 10s in 12 starts, so that's relatively not bad, but not the best statistics to be exact. Dalton now looking underneath Stephen Paul in the 3rd, 4th position there as they have approached lap traffic here. TriStar car in the way there of Kelly Boston. Let's see what she does. And actually, Drew Austin able to get around him get around Boston quite easily there. Dalton trying to do the same thing. The truck champion coming in there. And Batson looked like he wanted to do something about that as well, trying to get around that 89. If you're wondering about that 42, there is Kyle Keith. He's on the freshest tires around here, but he dropped all the way to 17th. That's basically where this 42 has been running the whole race, and I think that's pretty much a summarization. Cucamonga and Matthews are running inside the top 10 at some point, but now they've dropped a bit ways back outside the top 10, just out the outskirts to be exact. Hartnett's 11th right now, Cucamonga 12th, and Matthews 13th. Cucamonga really just needed a top 15 run, I think, would pretty much settled the bar for him because of Hernandez having issues there. He got knocked out early, so Hernandez actually could be out of this run here. So we'll have to wait and see where things turn out here. And Roush is up to 20th now. Nathan Hudson looking underneath Cole Baker for position there. Cody Lamas was up front earlier in the race, and now he's backwards in the field there. So maybe that short run has faded off for Cody Lamas' car. Still a Toyota 1-2 here at Auto Club. It's basically been Jesse Dalton's race pretty much, but ever since he hasn't had the lead, he's still waiting to make a move on this 28 car. Dalton's got a good car under the hood, so I think he's going to make a move sooner or later. It depends on when that 28's going to slip up into turn 1. Well, Dalton looks lower. Austin puts the block there, as the rest of the cars behind him are just waiting to pounce. Pollard wanted to put a nose underneath the 6 there, decided to back off. As there you see Hartnett, he's closing in on the top 10 here. He's trying to get himself a top 10 finish here for the TriStar team. A lot of the TriStar cars are doing well in this race so far. Single file between the top 5 and beyond. And here comes Batson to make a move. He's the first to look underneath the 24. And to the inside, a diving move to the bottom of the racetrack there. Side by side, out of turn number 2. Can he get the run off? Not able to, but he's still got his nose right beside that 24 car. He might have the advantage. And a turn 3, but Drew Austin's got the advantage right now. Dalton's going to now use that outside line, though, to his advantage. Try and get the grip off the corner there. And see if he could do a switcheroo move on Drew Austin there. But looks like Batson just fighting back on that inside line there. Christian Master Jr. just simply wanting to see these guys keep battling it out so he can have a shot at winning this race. 8 laps to go here at Auto Club Motor Speedway. It's a 5-horse race, but it could increase even more because Eli Bright and the field are coming closer and closer behind them. Drew Austin holding his position here. He's got to defend every line of the racetrack if he wants to win this race. And they're coming towards lap car Corey Williams this time around. Christian Master Jr. wanted to look low underneath the 6 there, not able to get a run off. But Drew Austin's going to navigate his way around Corey Williams using the inside line easily. And Batson's going to try and do the same there, but Williams puts a bit of a fight that time around. As Master Jr. really gets held up there, Dalton's going to get boxed in behind the 51 there. Not good for them. So Keith Batson on the pole there trying to get back in P1. And to bring this 6 car in victory lane would mean a lot to them. But Christian Master Jr. has closed in on the 6 car. He's got a run on the inside. 6 laps to go. 3 wide action into the back. Robbie Jackson up high. Finguy to the bottom. Randy Vanderpoop following on tow. As they get around Corey Williams there, Finguy moves up a few spots there that time around. So now he's up to the 7th spot because of that. So Jeffrey Finguy on the move there. Eli Bright trying to get himself inside the top 5. Stephen Paul the 3rd wanted to make a move around Dalton. Couldn't quite make it work. It's delegated down to a 3-car race. Keith Batson, excellent corner exit there. He's got a run on the inside of the 28. The crowd is on their feet. They don't know who's going to win this race as the top 2 are side by side. Batson's got the lead here. Will he clear the 28? Yes, he does. The pole sitter clears the 28th and Batson back to the point there. As Christian Master Jr. has to lay back, he's got to wait for another opportunity to pounce on this 28 car. It's a matter of when this 25 car can get that win here. And Jesse Dalton wanted to look low underneath this the 25 there. Drew Austin's going to wait for another run here into the corner. Let's see what the 28 can do. 4 laps to go. Batson up the track. Austin looked low. And Master Jr. went even lower. And Christian Master Jr. wanted to put a nose underneath. Pollard blocks the 24 there. Dalton goes to the bottom. And Batson really trying to give Roush family a good name here. Where's Scott Roush in this? Where's Robbie Jackson? There's Emmanuel Hartnett there. He's still in the mix as well. Dalton looking low again, to no avail. But really, it's this 6 car of Keith Batson, the pole sitter, coming in. He's wanted to win this race and seal the deal. Batson's been running better than some of the full-time drivers in this series. And even so, that's an impressive feat here. Him and Roush have been one of the more impressive drivers in Roush family. We could see them again for another season. Heck, maybe even an upgrade to the Ultimate Cup Series. We'll have to see how things pan out. Or that team there, but Drew Austin, he's got to wait for an opportunity to get around this 6 car. He's got to run on the front stretch. What will this 28 do? Will he duck low? And it's a matter of when will he duck low. 2 laps to go. As the field has really calmed themselves down, but the battle between the top 2 has heated up. Batson puts the block again to Drew Austin there. Christian Master Jr. looking to the bottom. Jesse Dalton weaved his way to the bottom of the track as well. And here they come into turns number 3 and 4. Batson a bit slow in the center that time around. Master Jr. watches up the racetrack there. And Jesse Dalton's going to now try and pounce on that 25 car. As here they come to the white flag, 1 more lap to go. What will Keith Batson do over the 28? Batson washes up the track. Austin goes low. Batson puts the block. And he backed a bit off of that corner there that time around. Drew Austin's right on the bumper of the 6 car. The 28 diving it in one more time around. Not able to do it. But here comes Master Jr. and Dalton. They're going to go, looks like 2 wide. But Keith Batson's going to win here at Auto Club from the pole. What a job done for car number 6. A well-deserved win for the Roush family organization there. And here's the rest on down. There's Scott Roush actually gets 19th. Let's look at our chasers there. Christian Master Jr. gets a 3rd. The question is whether he's good enough on points to make it in. Stephen Paul III is going to be locked in there. He knows he's made it. Robbie Jackson already knew he's going to make it. Hartnett is in. I believe he's going to make it in with that run easily. That's an easy run for him with an 11th. I call that a pretty good day. Cucamonga might be in as well. Matthews is locked in now because of that. Roush is in a danger zone here. We'll have to see where Roush ends up. Sekuli could be fine too. I think Sekuli's actually good. Seymour Butts also at a bit of the danger zone, but he might be fine. We'll have to see where things transpire. Charles Sanford finished 29th in the race. Terrible run. Or the 8 team, but he was second in the points, so I think that could be a bit of a leniency area for them. But Keith Batson holds off Drew Austin there. The pole sitter won this race there, certainly deserved the win. He dominated. He and Jesse Dalton were pretty much the dominant cars of the day, and one of them had to be victorious, and it was Keith Batson that won. Congratulations to car number 6 on the win here. We'll look at the point standings here to see who gets eliminated, who will advance to the round of 12 here. We still have plenty of races left for some hard racing and some new winners in the circuit here, so thank you all for watching the series here, and hopefully we will see some more exciting action.